Randy Pennington, mytabletlife.com. Here with the Archos 101 running firmware 2.1.8, which was put out on February 16th. Archos has been doing a lot of work on putting out a lot of updates for their devices, trying to fix the bugs that they've had on the device since back in December when 2.0.71 came out, updating everybody to Froyo. They've done a relatively good job. They've gotten rid of most of the bugs, and they've added some features that people have been wanting. One of the features that they've tried to add is the proxy setting on this new version. I've read some complaints though that it's not working, and there's a couple of fixes for it out there on xdadevelopers.com for people trying to get that working correctly. Overall, now I think the software is working much better. The device itself is working much better. You can see here we can go into videos and not have any issue playing video, which is really nice on these devices. I've got to say that while Archos has had some issues in other locations, playing videos and music and stuff has not been an issue for me, while it might be for some other folks. Standard video here is Big Buck Bunny that we usually play on mytabletlife.com, and as you can see, video is nice and clean, audio is nicely synced. I can do a fast forward and it syncs right up, moves right to where I want it, and restarts with no issues at all. The music player on the 101 is still very nice, still plays very well, has that nice cover flow scan through to find all the different records and stuff that you have on here, all the different music. It sounds pretty good, all things considered. You'll have to excuse the reflection of my face. I can't get away from that right at the moment. As you can see and hear, it sounds decent. Caught right up to where I fast forwarded it to. Okay, no problems there. So that's working very well. Out of the box, including with this new firmware version, the Archos 101 does not come with Android Market or anything like that. So you don't have most of the YouTube apps or anything like that. Here you can see the browser, which is just the standard browser. We'll go over to mytabletlife.com here real quick. Archos is still having issues getting the Flash player that is built specifically for the Archos player out. I'm assuming that this is still an issue with Adobe in the certification process. The Zoom was just recently released and it does not have Flash, so it seems to be a holdup really on Adobe's side more than on any other OEM side like Archos. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on this one and just assume that we're still having an issue with the hardware accelerated version coming from Adobe. And there you can see the browser works nicely, have no issues there. Pinch to zoom does work if I can get my fingers to work correctly and not try and use my fingernails. Okay, so no real issue there. Wanted to go through real quick and show you how to get the market onto the Archos, and this will work for the 70, the 101, the 43, and the others as far as I know with no issues. I have downloaded an app from xdadevelopers.com, and I will put a link to that in the summary, in the text summary of this article. And it's called GApps Installer version 5, and it's from Kenu73. He did a really good job of getting this market to install nicely with no errors and with no issues. I've just installed the file. You head back out, you go into the app drawer, and you will see a GApps installer icon in your app drawer. Tap on that. You have 3 different possibilities that you can do from here. You can install core and apps.zip. The apps.zip is downloaded from, I think you can get one from XDA. They are all of the apps that you want to have installed at the same time. So like Gmail or YouTube, those do not come installed with this installer. You would have to have those separately and installed in an app.zip. Or you can get them from the market, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do an install only core apps. This installs all of the files needed to run market and get it going. As you can see there, it said 17 files copied, and do a reboot, so that's what I'm going to do now. While this is rebooting, I wanted to go over one thing. There have been a lot of complaints lately that I've seen about the USB host failing on the Archos devices. That does not seem to be related to this update 2.1.8. I have tested the USB hosting capabilities of the device after I did the update, and mine is working correctly so far. So it does not seem at all to be related to any software upgrades. So apparently it's some sort of hardware issue with some devices. Obviously I have not run into that yet, which I appreciate. The device itself for me has been fantastic. I have not had any issues with warping or twisting or having any stability issues with the device itself. The screen is responsive and works very well. Alright, we're booted back up. Come in here, we're going to tap into the Android market, which we now have an icon for, which we did not before, and go through the standard sign-in menus. I'm going to move off the screen here for just a second so that I can type in my account and my password. So give me a second while I do that. Okay, we're signing in now. And as long as you're connected to the network, you should have no issues. Obviously, we've gotten to the finished setup stage here, so I'm going to tap on the finished setup. That's unusual. It doesn't usually do that. It erred for some reason. I'm not sure why. Here's the Android Market Terms of Service. Tap Accept on that. You'll notice when it first comes up, it'll be the old market look and not the new market look, but that's okay. That'll change after you come into the market and you leave for the first time and you come back. So here we are. We're in the old look market, but it is working. I'm going to do a real quick search for Flash Player. Oops, spelling error. We will down the Flash Player from and install the Flash Player from Adobe and off of the market. While that's downloading, I'm going to go back out of the market, and then we'll go back into it in just a second, and you'll see that it does indeed update to the more current market look. So Flash Player is installing. I have a sync icon right over here, so on my calendar and stuff like that is updating currently. Come back here. Now, with this form of the market, you might not have all the apps showing up, which we'll go through the market fix here real quick in just a second to show you that. Here's the new look market. As I said, it has now updated and seems to be working just fine. Also want to download YouTube real quick. As I said, in this market, YouTube and Gmail does not come with it, so you will have to download those separately. But after that, they work just fine. Go back into the browser. I'm going to go over to CNN.com here real quick, which has a little bit of Flash on it. And so you can see that playing. The Flash Player, because it's not using the accelerated hardware from the Archos 101, does not necessarily play the best. It does work, but it's not necessarily the best. Oops. I don't think I waited long enough. Normally you don't get that popped up after you've installed the Flash Player. Double check and make sure that it actually installed. Very strange. Let's go in real fast here, and maybe I messed up the install because I was trying to come in and out too fast. So we'll go into Manage Applications. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I messed up the install, so we'll go through that again real quick. There we go. Once again, we'll try to get that downloaded. While that's happening, I'm going to go over here to the app slip market. This is the market that Archos includes on the tablet. It does not have near as many applications as the Google Market does. However, a lot of these applications have been tested and checked on the 101, and as you can see, there are some free approved over here, or even if they cost money, they've been approved. And when it says they've been approved, it's because they've been tested on the 101 and that they do work. And as you can see, I can get Angry Birds. We'll go ahead and start the download process on that, and then we'll go back and look at the Flash real quick. Get in here, get Angry Birds, tap install. That is downloading right now. Move back out. We'll go back into the browser. Go to CNN again. The Flash is now downloading, so that'll start playing in just a couple seconds. I do not have the device to set up to play Flash right off the bat because I just logged in and got this running. But it doesn't take too long to download the little Flash ad and stuff like that, and then you'll be able to watch that, and you'll see that it's a little bit choppy and a little bit not as smooth as you would like it to be. However, it does play. There we go. Probably being a little slow because I'm downloading Angry Birds at the same time. Which is, I think, is exactly right, the problem right at the moment.
$522. That's what people save on average when they
But even when not downloading Angry Birds at the same time, Flash is not necessarily the smoothest experience that you will be able to find out there. However, as you can see, it does indeed work. Okay? Come back to the home screen here. I'm tapping buttons too fast. I'm being impatient instead of just letting things happen. Alright, Angry Birds is now finished its download, and it's asking me to install it. I don't know how well that's showing up with the glare. I apologize. Get Angry Birds installed up in here real quick. With the latest round of updates, I do have to say that the 101 is treating me much better than it used to. I'm not having near the problems that I used to have with it. Go back out. You can see that I finished installing Angry Birds. Come back into the Angry Birds here, and we'll play that. And you'll just have to excuse the phone ringing in the background. And there's Angry Birds, and as you can see, that came from the apps lib market. Okay, this is Randy Pennington, mytabletlife.com, and I'm showing you the new update for the Archos 101 version 2.1.8.